organization. And I think that is a blessing. And I spoke with one of the people, and she said, you know what? This is a blessing for us to be a blessing for you. And I thought, you know what? That makes sense. That makes good sense to me. So I said that to say, you know what? Take what you have, and if you can be a blessing to somebody else, because we always think about the blessing as it coming in, but the blessing is going out. So you have to be a blessing as well as be grateful for receiving a blessing. That's my tweet today. So be a blessing while you take a blessing. Be a blessing while you take a blessing. I'm going to hashtag that because I just think that is, yeah, be a blessing before you take a blessing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that right now. Be a blessing before you take a blessing. All right. So I'm just waiting on Miss Steph. Looks like she might be running behind, and so we just look. She should be on here pretty quickly. But anyway, what is going on in your world? We just have had two great people on the show today, and what a blessing that is. I love that song, man. This season, Jingle Bell, it just makes you feel all kind of fun and warm inside. And there's Miss Steph right there. So we are going to invite Miss Steph on.
I'm so old school. Look, I was listening to you on the phone.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so excited about this show.
I am too. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, of course. You come to town and not come stop by for Marvel with Love.
I know.
Oh man. So Steph, just first of all, give us just a little bit of background of Ball Mama, because it is so important that this word reaches the masses. We want to reach the masses. We want people to understand what they can do, how they can help, and so just go ahead. You start.
Basically, Ball Mama, it's a concierge service for cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. We go to their homes and we do all the practical things people don't think about when you're going through chemotherapy. And basically, we have an event coming up on April 19th, All Hail the Queens. It's a comedy show. We feel like laughter is healing. So this is the way that we want to spread awareness about the many forms of cancer, as well as basically spread healing, because, I'm sorry about that. Laughter is healing. So that's the way that we want to, spread our message. And that's basically it, and I'm bringing a team of ladies with me to help me spread the word.
I know that's right. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking really forward to it. So, who's going to be your host?
Coco Brown is going to be my host, and I felt like there would be. It's funny. This show was something I dreamt about 2 years ago. And Coco Brown has a nonprofit organization for cancer patients, also called Wigs of Love. So I felt like there was nobody else better than Coco in this season, that would be there, to host this show. So I'm just ecstatic about this show right now.
That is so cool. So it's gonna be, where's it gonna be? Tell me where it's gonna be.
It's going to be at the Arlington Improv, located in the Highlands. The show time is at 8:00 p.m. And you could get the tickets right now on their website. And for more information, you can also go onto our website at www.ballmama.org to find out more information.
Okay. I'm putting this in the chat. I'm trying to it's hard for me to walk and chew gum at the same time, but I'm gonna.
You always make it happen.
I don't know how it's gonna get there, but we know it's gonna get there. Really know. So tell us a little bit about how you started this company, because I really love that story. I think it's really important that Ball Mama was created out of a need, and you stood in the stead for someone who had a need, and that's how this happened. So tell us that story.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it was actually started by one of my very best friends, Maggie San Miguel, who was a single mom undergoing chemotherapy. And she always says it started with a loaf of bread, because she was at the store. She just left chemo. She was at the store. She walked throughout the store, bought all her groceries, made it home, felt like, you know what, and realized that she left the bread at the store. And, you know, her son had a field trip the next day, and that meant she had to go back to the store. You know, she had no other choice, because he needed lunch the next day. But had she had somebody else to make that trip for her, it would have made life a little bit easier. And when you're going through cancer, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, she probably had friends or family that she could have called, but it's kind of like a lot of the times you don't want to call them. You don't, you know, she said that she felt like a hinder or a burden, or, you know, she didn't want to call them, you know what I mean? So she had somebody else kind of like out of the loop, you know what I mean, that she could have called, or somebody else that ran those errands for her, you know, during the week. It would have made life a little bit easier for her. So that's how she come up with the idea of just the simple things, those little things. And when I met her, that's what she was doing. And, you know, we were doing those things together. And after a while, it was like when she was going into those homes, it was reminding her of when she had cancer, when she was going through chemo, and it became daunting to her. It became a hinder to her. But I was still like, no, we need to keep doing it. I want to keep going, you know, because I had just lost my grandfather. So I still had the passion. I still felt the need. I still wanted to do it. And she called me Suge. So she was like, Suge, I birthed this baby. You're going to raise it. So she passed Ball Mama off to me, you know, and at the time it was something that I was just basically still doing out of love, you know, just something that out of passion, you know, not really passion, purpose, you know, because it kind of hurts, you know, when you get, because I love hard. When I meet people, I grow attached to them. I love hard. So, you know, it's hard. Heaven forbid you lose them, you know. So it's one of those. I know that this is a purpose. You know, it's not passion. It's purpose. You know. So I don't know. It's it's a weird thing. You know, like to live in it. You know what I mean? But she gave that baby to me, and I'm raising it, and now it's one of those things to where I was doing it on a small level, but now I see how it can grow and it can help so many other people. And laughter is healing, and I met these great comedians, and I see how they make people laugh in the masses. So maybe I can help people in the masses. So I feel like it could honestly be. It could be global now, you know. The COVID came and just kind of knocked us off our feet. It stopped us from moving. And because of that, we couldn't go into the homes and do the light household chores or major household chores, that we have to do sometimes. So we teamed up with cleaning janitorial services because they wear PPE, they are bonded, they know safety, and I have one lady who her janitorial services move between Dallas and Lubbock. And then I have one that moves between South Carolina and Atlanta. So that means that Balmama could possibly grow with these cleaning companies if we're able to, move with the company. So it could really, if I'm not gonna say if, when.
Right. You have to speak it into existence.
Exactly. So, with COVID, it knocked me down for a little bit. But like I said, sometimes you have to just kind of, you think it out and you grow time. And by the grace of God, the event with Coco, having somebody to come along in the Arlington Improv to give us a platform. And Coco has a powerful voice, and I have two major, clean and janitorial services, and you take all of that and you put those things together, and you can definitely come out with something major. So I'm really, really excited.
I'm excited for you. I'm shouting for you because I know what's going to happen. I know that it's going to reach a lot of people. That people will realize, you know what? If this woman is doing this to help somebody else, we can be a part of that. Because I think we've kind of had this conversation, before and stuff, but you gotta step outside of your comfort zone. If you stepped outside and you said, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna do this. And what a blessing. I heard you tell a story about someone that you were able to help. So I want you to share that with our audience and stuff. So people just know, you need to know. And I need y'all to volunteer. So I need y'all to put addresses in this chat box. Okay, so y'all can help to volunteer and be a blessing, because that was my tweet today. Be a blessing before you take a blessing.
Definitely.
Before you take a blessing, because we always think about blessing as something that's coming in. Oh, I'm getting, but the blessing in giving is far greater. Because guess what? Your storehouse back there, if you keep giving out of it, for some reason, it's going to keep getting full. And you're going to be wondering where it's coming from. You know what? Because it's something that God does for us.
It comes back tenfold. I have to tell you, it's like the people who God has lined up in my life within like the last 3 months, the last 3 years, the last 3 years, but the last 3 months has just been unbelievable. So unbelievable that I don't speak it, because sometimes people wouldn't believe it. You know what I mean? They probably kind of think you're crazy, in a sense. And you just, you just kind of hold it in until it's time to, to release. Okay, this is
it's y'all time, y'all. Right.
Yeah, but that's why I can walk in this with so much confidence and know that when it's time, You know what I mean? That everything is gonna be okay. And the visions that I have, you know, I know that they're not coming from just anywhere, that they're gonna manifest. And it's so amazing because, like you said, from my first patient, my very, very first patient, a little girl named Aubrey. It was 8 years ago when I first moved back to Dallas Fort Worth. She and I reunited. And when I met this baby, she was 4 years old, and she had a rare cancer. And she would say, "I'm healed in the name of Jesus." And, I never put pictures up of my patients online, never show them. But, she's well. And I talked to her mom, and, we're going to put pictures up later. But she and I were able to reunite this year, 8 years, 8 years, 8 years.
Wow.
And so we're able to reunite, and she has a head full of hair. She's a dancer. And it's amazing to just to see how something, something that Maggie just stopped and put into motion, and then I was passionate about it, and now it's grown into this, and 5 years from now, who knows what it could be. So I'm really excited and blessed and just overwhelmed with what has unfolded in such little time.
Oh wow! Oh my God! I'm putting this in the chat right now. I'm saying be a blessing for baldmama.com.
Oh, it's .org. .org.
Oh, okay. I see a comma on my notes here. I'm sorry. Okay. .org. Okay. Yeah. Be a blessing because you can do it. You can do it. And you don't never know exactly, you don't know, oh gosh, I can't fix it, but I think I got it. Anyway, you never know, when what you do is going to affect somebody. But when you know that person is in need and you're standing in the stead, you get to stand in the stead, because for some reason you're there. God led you there, and you see that and you help that person. It's a really good feeling. And I am so proud of the work that you're doing, and and I know it's hard. It ain't easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but you keep leaning and depending on him, and he will give you the strength, because Philippians 4:13 says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And I know that's where your help is coming from. So I'm not really worried about it, because I know it's coming. Yeah. But I want to ask you about your friend. Is she okay, and how's she doing that?
Yeah, she's great. She's amazing. And she's so excited. I have to get her in on some of these videos. She lives in Austin, so we're waiting on COVID to kind of clear up so that she and I can do more things, more interviews, and be together a little bit more. Because she may not be in the houses with me, but she's definitely still a big part of everything that's me. You know what I mean? And their mama. In the beginning, I wanted to change the name because I had never been through cancer. You know what I mean? And I dealt with a couple of patients who were kind of squeamish about the name, but Maggie would not allow me to change the name, because she was just like, that's my red badge of courage. She was like, I walked away from that thing and all I lost was my hair and it grew back. She was like, don't change the name. And so I never changed the name. I left it the way it was. So, Bone Mama, it has so much. It definitely has a story. It has a lot of passion behind it. There's a ton of work that has went off into it. a lot of love. It's definitely a passion project.
I love that. I love that you said that you turned a passion into a purpose. Mm-hmm. And I think that makes really perfectly good sense, as to turn your passion into a purpose, and then it'll continuously grow and give. It's kind of like going down a hill. It'll just keep rolling, when it becomes purpose, and the passion is the fuel. Your passion fuels your purpose. Yeah. And that's such a blessing. So tell us a little bit more about who to expect at the show.
So not only are we getting Coco Brown as a host, Keisha Hunt is coming from Houston, Texas. Keisha has been on Comedy Central, BET, hilarious. We also have Angela T. Walker. She's one of our own. Angela she has been like this with me since I started doing comedy in DFW. She is one of Improv has funniest comics in Texas. She was a finalist there. She'll be there. We have Akila the Bee. Akila has her own nonprofit here in the Metroplex also. Alberta the Exception. We also have Bonnie and Lisa Love, who is our wild card. So we also have a very special guest, the Kirby Queens of Dallas. You can't just tell Steph Michelle she can have a building. I have fireworks and everything going on. So we have dancers coming. Like it's gonna be a really, really good time. And it's a bunch of queens in the building, and fellas gotta come out because it's gonna be a whole bunch of pretty women in the building. So
hello. This is gonna be the bomb.
Yes.
The bomb. I'm putting in the chat. Get your tickets now at improv.com. Oh. All right. I think I got it. Nope, I didn't. All right. Oh. There we go. Yeah. So get your tickets now. It is November the 19th. Mm-hmm. No, at 8:00, you said the show starts at 8. The doors will probably be open at 7 or 7:30. No, 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. So that's cool. And that the 19th is on a Thursday.
Yes. So,
which is good. Oh man, and it'll, because the last time we saw each other, we kind of hung out over at the Improv at Shucky Ducky's.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was fun.
And Shucky's like one of my ambassadors. He'll do anything for Ball Mama. Yes.
Friends of Miss Cheryl Smith and Texas Metro News. We have been supporting one another for a long time, and so that is such a blessing. And girl, you are a blessing. Listen, thank you for being on today. Thank you so much for being on today and sharing your story, sharing the story of Ball Mama. And I just wish you the best, the very best that God has for you. You just stand there, honey, and let him guide you, and you will not go astray. And
thank you so much.
A wonderful job.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. All right.
I'll see you later.
Okay. All right. Okay. Great deal. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Y'all, that was awesome. That wasn't it? Wasn't that? Did you learn a lot about that? I did. I really did. I never thought of helping. I mean, they created this business out of a need. And it's a concierge, because can you imagine not being able to do anything for yourself, and then, you kind of run out of friends and family there for a minute. You kind of go, I wish there was something else. There was so much more that we could have talked about. We just ran out of time, about how to help. But I want you guys to go to her website And her website is www.ballmama.org. Go to her website. You can donate. You can volunteer. And you know what? Because it's a tweet. Be a blessing before you take a blessing today. And that is a love tweet for all of it, of all of us. And you know, it's time. We're getting near to the end of my show today, and it's been so awesome, and I'm so grateful. I look forward to next week's show as well. It's gonna be a blast. So, y'all, you know, we got to leave here with my song, cause that it's the song. It is the song, you know. Um, um, it is, you know, Miss Mary J. Blige, and you know, she my girl. I love her. I just love her. That song, she's the where is it? Where's my song? Oh, uh, just fine. I can't find my song, y'all. We gotta have it. We gotta have it on.